And our next speaker is a business growth consultant and author of 4 books, one of them being forwarded by Sir Richard Branson, and I'm talking about the Customer is King title. He is part of the Google Partners program as an expert in supporting the growth of digital agencies and e-commerce companies. He lives in Great Britain along with his wife, 2 dogs, and 10 guitars. His 3 children escaped to live their own lives. So let's welcome Robert Craven. Hi, Robert.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to have you here. So the stage is yours, okay?
Right, okay. Hello, GPeC! Hey, come on. You can do better than that. It's been a long day. I want everyone on your feet. I'll come on stage, I'll go, hello, GPeC. Imagine it's the Rolling Stones coming on tour. Imagine it's the World Cup final and Romania are in the World Cup final. So I'll count from 5 to 0. When I get to 0, everyone on their feet welcoming me, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Hooray! Woo! Fantastic, right, okay. Some energy, that's fantastic. So what is it that I'm going to be talking about today? Well, really what I'm doing, you are going to have to look really, really hard and do some proper detective work to understand what on earth I'm talking about, okay? But essentially, what is it that the high performers do differently? As simple as that. So, what am I going to discuss? I'm going to discuss the obsessions, the process that these people go through, the behaviours, and how to up your game. So there's a lot, okay? We're going very, very quickly. Rest assured we're going to go very, very quickly, but we'll get through it all. So, here's the question. What's holding you back? What's holding you back from running the agency or the brand or the e-commerce site? What's holding you back from running the business you really want to run? Now, I want you to answer this in 3 words. So I want you to turn to the person next to you, and I want you to give them the 3 words that are holding you back from running the business you really want to run. I count from 5 to 0. By the time I get to 0, you're all talking. But only 3 words. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Talk! Fantastic. Yeah, bring it on. Lovely, lovely. Right, okay, fantastic. So, here we go. This is what you said, because I'm a mind reader, okay? So I know what you said. You said, the Queen's the Queen's funeral, or the Queen. You said Ukraine and Putin, Klaus Johannes, ooh, boo, hiss, don't be political. Costs, clients going bust. The list goes on, you know. What is it clients really want? Why are we the same as the rest? We're all the same as each other. We're just like a commodity. EU legislation, millennials. Oh, bloody, ruddy. Never mind millennials. Snowflakes. Oh, they're so entitled. Why didn't they ever turn up for work? Sorry, guys. How to touch clients. The list is endless, okay? So what we did, we took 250 wannabe. We want to grow our business. We really want to grow our business. How can we grow? It's not fair. Everyone's driving Porsches, but we're not driving. And we took 250 people who were driving their Porsches. And we said to the 250 who were driving their Porsches, when you were back there, what was holding your business back from being what you really wanted it to be? And as you can imagine, the wannabes came up with all this stuff. You'll notice this stuff is all about they. They, the government, they, the accountant, they, the consultant, they, the prime minister, they, the president. It's never my fault. Now, this is called an external locus of control. My daughter has a really sad case of it, and I know she's not here today. They put a bollard behind her car, so she bumped into it. They gave her too much alcohol, so she got drunk. It's never her fault. Never. It's always other people. And the wannabes really suffer from this. They, the government, they, the staff, they, the millennials, they, the... So what's holding you back is fear. Fear of charging the right price, fear of not putting your prices up, fear of putting your prices down, fear that the customers won't like you, fear that your staff will leave you, fear that they'll discover that you're not as good as you thought you were at coding. The fear just kind of gets to you, you know? And it stops you from making any kind of decision. But the reality is the problem's me. And all the guys and gals up here who've been successful realized that it was about them. It wasn't about the outside world, it was about how they dealt with the outside world. A recession coming along on this side of the room, yes, a recession, great opportunity. Over here, oh, it's not fair, there's a recession. I think I might shut the business. Yeah, it's so boring. So it's about the attitude and the mindset of the people. Right, so what's the question that's driving me mad? Why is it so hard to grow this business? I mean, you're all here, so I'm trying to grow the business. So hard. And if you think about it as a kind of a 2x2 matrix, compulsory on a stage, is it, in terms of knowing the rules to follow to run a e-com business, a brand, or an agency, in terms of whether the rules are hard or easy, the rules are pretty easy compared with a nuclear power station or traffic light system or an airport. It's pretty easy. It's like lots of rinse and repeat. And I know there's lots of fine-tuning going on, but there's lots of rinse and repeat. And in terms of whether it's really, really high complexity or whether it's actually relatively straightforward, rinse and repeat, it's relatively easy. So running a digital business is in this bottom left-hand corner. So why is it so hard to grow? Yeah. You know, all of you know, over in the bar today, over lunchtime, people were telling me they knew what to do, they know how to do it, they know why. They've read their Simon Sinek, we have our why, we have our plans. Don't get me on Simon Sinek, please. You know this stuff. You know this stuff. You've all been on the courses, you Google, HubSpot, everyone's given you courses all about this stuff. So what's the real challenge? So the real challenge number one, as you know, it's all about the tech. Good God. I can't believe, I mean, I love John, you know, I love all these guys who've been on. It's don't tell them because they think they're doing a good job telling you how to do it. It's not about the tech at all. This is marketing myopia, marketing 101. 1961, Theodore Levitt, Harvard Business Review, said that people who run businesses don't get it because they have marketing myopia. They think about themselves, okay? They think about our product, how we are going to sell our product so that we can make more profit from our product. They don't get it's not about them, that it's about the customer. People think that marketing is about tactics. It's all about tactics. We took the GP3 and we added it there, we put it there, joined it. Oh, it's such fantastic. It's not about tactics. Oh, it must be about strategy. It's not about strategy. The whole thing's not about strategy. But we do strategy. We're really good at strategy. It's not about strategy. What do I have to do to convince you? It's all about the customer. Their hurts, needs, itches, scratches, wants. 10,000 steps. Very good. All about the customer, we don't get it. So real challenge number one, it's not about you, it's about the customer. Look, Netflix didn't kill Blockbuster. The customers hated the late fees. Uber didn't kill the taxi business. What killed the taxi business was the old system. People just hated not having access to taxis whenever they felt like it. It's about the customer. Apple didn't kill the music industry. Nobody wanted full-length albums. It's about the customer. Amazon didn't kill the retail industry. Poor customer service did. This is, okay, it is about the tech as well. I take it is about the tech. But it's about the tech and the customer. Now, real challenge number 2, I've got to come over here to do real challenge number 2, is more serious, okay? Real challenge number 2 is working your reptile brain. Okay, here we go. So, as a reptile, hang on. As a reptile, I knew that would happen. Help. As a reptile, let me just get this on. How big is my ear? There you go. As a reptile, we got that? Yep. As a reptile, I'm thinking 2 things. 1, am I safe? And 2, is it interesting? That's all reptiles think about. Am I safe? Is it interesting? By the way, you have a reptile mind. Just because there's been, 1 billion years of change since Stone Age man, this is all we think. Am I safe? Is it interesting? Am I safe? Is it interesting? And the problem is, when we're in business, am I safe? Yes, because we're doing okay. Is it interesting? Kind of. Okay, I'll just stay where I am. So what you don't do is you don't do the dull, boring stuff. You don't do systems and processes. You don't do finance. You don't do accounts. You don't do processes. You don't have calendars. You don't itemize everything because it's boring. And it doesn't give you instant rewards. So, challenge 1, marketing myopia. Recognize it's all about the customer. Challenge 2, this reptile mind that we have. So what you must do is the dull, boring stuff. You're getting the clue now. But even if it doesn't give you instant rewards, because that is what the high performers do. So, let's move on. Game changer. So let me tell you about game changer. 95, maybe 100% of businesses that we work with who perform really, really well do this or something incredibly similar to it, okay? This is my license to print money. And there we go, fine. So, I wish I was at the front, so do I. So this is what it is, and this is what I want to show you. And my point is that they all do it. They all do it. They all follow this rule book, which is not bloody rocket science. It's pretty straightforward. So let me just show you what it is, right? Okay. How good are you? Get that. What do you want to be? Get that. The wallpaper exercise, I'll show you that. And a dashboard. And they do that, and it's a rinse and repeat again and again and again. And I cannot tell you enough. Just about any agency, any brand that you really, really admire, they do this stuff plus or minus 5%. So, start off at the beginning. Question 1. How good is your agency? Okay, here's the model. How good is your agency? This is the first thing we're going to do. Normally a 1-day workshop, but today we're going to do it in 2 minutes, okay? So, how good are you? How good is your business? Very, very straightforward. Here we go. I ask you, how good is your agency? You come up with, let me just get the flip chart. You come up with, here we go. Lovely, lovely. I ask you how good your business is. You come up with, come on, tell me very, very quickly, shout it out. Come on, guys. How good is you? I'll do it for you. Okay. You come up with turnover, profit, cash, return on investment. You always come up with the financials first. My friend Paul Barrow would say, finance is the engine of the business. Finance is the most important thing in the world. Finance is what will make the world go round. It's the most exciting and sexy thing. And he's wrong, okay? So finance, I get finance is really important. But what causes finance? This is the point. The financial performance, here we go. Get the money, 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 okay? Your accountants, your solicitors, your coaches, your mentors, your bank managers, your VCs, they all go on about the bloody money. Money, 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 turnover, profit, cash, blah, blah, blah. And what they don't understand is that The financial performance is a consequence of how good you are at marketing, how good you are at winning customers, how good you are at getting the customers you really want. Simple definition for me. So now we've got get the customers, get the money, 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 get the customers. And final box, because I can only juggle with 3 balls, operations. Doing the doing. And this is the point. Point 1. This is your business. I'll stand back because I'm not very good at this. And I don't know. Sell, make, collect, sell, make, collect, sell, make, collect. Okay, so that's a business, and all the balls are, thank you very much. All the balls are staying in the air, so that's awesome, and that is a business that stays in the air. If I get distracted because I'm pants at marketing or I'm pants at operation, poof, the whole thing falls on the floor. 1. 2, your financial performance, this is probably, if there's one thing you take away from the whole of today, your financial performance is a consequence of how good you are at marketing and how good you are at operations. If you get an 8 out of 10 for marketing and an 8 out of 10 for operations, you'll get an 8 out of 10 for finance. If you get 1, 1, 1. So, you just might like to think about what your 3 numbers are. Scores where 10's a high score, 0's a low score for finance, marketing, and operations. Because that is the center of where are we now and where do we want to go? Where are we now? Really, how good is my business? So, go home. Scores out of 10. Finance, marketing, operations. It is so quick. Every board meeting, scores on the doors, 676. Every coach call, scores on the doors, 776. 7 and getting better, 7 and getting worse. Now, we've done this 3.5, nearly 4,000 times. Would you like to know what the average for an agency or a brand or an e-com brand is? I hear you say yes. Thank you. No, I didn't hear you say yes. I said, I hear you say yes. Yes. Now we're American. We're pumping. 6 for finance. The money's okay. We go on holiday. It's not awesome. 8 for operations. My God, we're good at what we do. We go to all these conferences, we listen to all this rubbish about tech, you know, and we add all this tech stuff and we go, we're so good at this stuff. We've been on all the programs. We are awesome at this stuff. And marketing, you've probably figured it out. Finance is an average of marketing and operations. Finance is a 3 or a 4. Clue. What do you need to do to sort out your business? Bigger clue. Before you do this marketing thing, you need to sort your financial model out. How do you sort your financial model out? I wasn't going to do this, but I will because it's really important. 1, and you're going to hate me for this, it's different in Romania. No, it's not. It is. You don't understand. It's not. Put your prices up. What happens when you put prices up? Customers leave you. Who leave you? The pond life and the scum who don't value what you do. Who stays with you? The ones who value what you do. A bit of maths. If you put your prices up by 10%, and you've got a 30% gross margin, you can afford to lose 25% of your customers, and you won't. If you say, it's different in Bucharest, you don't understand. We need to put our prices down. Cool, do that. Watch the maths. You put your prices down by 10% with a 30% gross margin, just to keep the numbers simple. You now need to sell 50% more stuff. If you do what I suggest, you now only need to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a bit of Thursday. You spend Thursday afternoon and Friday finding even better clients or playing golf. If you do what you suggest, you were working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're now working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday and next Monday morning. Choice. Choice is yours. Right, let's get back on to where we were. So 1, how good is your business? So that's the first bit. Nice and easy. Finance, market operations, lots of measures. You're going to get the slides, so you don't need to worry about that. But there is a thing you mustn't forget, that underpinning all this lovely how good is your business, what can we measure stuff, is people and culture. Please, that is the thing. Yeah. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. You can be awesome, but your culture is the thing that will get you. You need to get the people and culture piece sorted out. So next, what you do, you can do this in a day, 2 days if you're a big business, a day if you're a little business. Next, what you do is you do what's called the cascade. Why do we exist? I'll just show you what it is. Why do we do what we do? Don't mention Simon Sinek, please. What do we want to be known for? 3 lines. What numbers are we going to hit? 4 lines. How are we going to do it? Strategy. Core success factors. Steps on the way. And what the heck are we going to measure day by day, week by week? Purpose. Why are we doing this? Vision. What do we want to be known for? Mission. What numbers? Turnover, profit, cash, number of staff, output, number of staff. Strategy. How are we going to get there? Core success factors, KPIs. 1 page. And not very, very small writing. 1 page. 3 lines for each. Done. Then you get yourself a roll of wallpaper. And you take that roll of wallpaper and you run it across the wall, or you run it across the table. And on this side, you put today's date, turnover, profit, cash, and the numbers, finance, marketing, operations, scores. And then you run down here and write down in 3 years' time, whatever the date is, turnover, profit, cash, number of staff, finance, marketing, operations, score. And then you go, and that's 2 years, and that's 1 year, and that's where we are now. Most of the paper is for this year, not quite so much for next year and a bit less for the year after. So now we've got, where are we now? Where do we want to be in 3 years' time? It's a big stage. If we know where we want to be in 3 years' time, this is important. Don't go forwards. If you want to start with the end in mind. If you know where you want to be in 3 years' time, then you know where you need to be in 2 years' time, then you know what you need to be in 1 year's time, then you know what you need to do now. Here are guys doing it. Afraid it is guys. Apologies for that. You then get post-it notes. Whack the post-it notes up as a team. And what you do is in a live situation, you get to how to make this stuff happen. Well, if the turnover is going to be that, how many staff do we need? How many sales do we need? How many leads do we need? And you just work it live. Everyone buys into it. That's a small business doing one. And then finally, you create the dashboard. KPIs, the devil's spawn, I know. Ooh, very exciting. What happened there? You remember, finance, marketing, operations, people and culture, 4 boxes. We have 4 boxes. And on each of those boxes, you are, despite having all those KPIs you said you're going to have, I'm allowing you 4 measures for finance, operations, marketing, people and culture. And that becomes your dashboard for your monthly meetings. It's the lights in the airplane cockpit, how high, how fast, how much fuel. So here's an example. You can get it afterwards. Oh, it's a good slide, he's taking photos. Here's another example, not such a good slide. Oh, it is a good slide, he's taking photos. And here is the typical KPIs that people use. God, there's an awful lot there. So you set the trajectory. You decide what the big goals are. You calibrate the scores. Well, how are we going to score this stuff? You drill down 4 one-page plans and execute the hell out of it. Job done. And document that. So what is it these agencies do? What is it these e-com people I'm talking about do that's so clever? The underperformers do loads of stuff, offer lots of services, say yes, and they reinvent the wheel on an endless basis. Whereas the high performers do few things well, offer fewer services, they say no, they reuse what they did before. Let me just give you a bit more substance to that. They know their numbers, they have KPIs, they use those KPIs. The business is driven by KPIs. When you're small, it seems really dull and boring, but this is how you can make decisions based on fact. The underperformers have one person at the helm. Everyone's going, jeepers creepers. The high performers have at least two. Normally, one of them is the strategy visionary person, and the other one is the doer, the instigator. High performers have great leaders as managers and experienced. They're not trying to grow their own in an entire basis. They're picking people who know what they're doing. Visionary, integrator, awesome board, awesome team. Underperformers, there's always a silver thing over there that's going to make them their millions, really. You know, it's normally, we're designing a SaaS product. Yeah, last year we had 300 clients. None of them made any money on SaaS. High performers are running an awesome business and they just dig deep into what they're doing. They just do more of the same. It's dull and it's boring. We've been doing it for 5 years, but we're quite good at it. Oh, it's really interesting over there. Don't look, just keep doing what we're doing. But we could go into the UK. Are you an idiot? We could, yeah, it's like just do what we're doing. If it's profitable and working well, do more of it. But it's boring. Yes! Who said it was exciting and fun and frivolous and crazy? Billing, underperformers, if they're an agency, bill hourly. If they're high performers, it's fixed price, it's variable, it's varied price, it's performance-based, it's based on what we do, not what we do for the client, not what we do. Yeah. High performers run a meeting pulse, really important. They run them like clockwork. This morning at 9 o'clock, we had the directors meeting for half an hour. After that, we had the senior strategy team meeting for 1 hour, and then after that, we had the tactical meeting for 1 hour, with a spreadsheet, with issues written on it, so the issues don't disappear. And they are either completed or not completed. There's no halfway house. And that way, we drive through our agendas and make stuff happen. Weekly meetings, weekly invoicing, weekly statements of work. And the high performers are really simple. Laser-type positioning, simple strategy, run a simple business. So if I were you, I'd put your prices up now. I could feel that. Up until then, I was going to get drinks at the bar tonight, and now I can feel I won't get any drinks at all. Screw your supplier's feet to the ground. If you can put up your prices, if you can't, screw your supplier's feet to the ground. Challenge every price that you pay for everything. And you'll find that people will fall over if you say, is that the best price you can do? And then say nothing. Just wait. Fix or sack your underperforming clients, your underperforming suppliers, the underperforming services you sell, and your staff. Fix them or sack them. Okay? These are the opinions of Robert Craven and not the opinions of GPeC. That's what you need to do today. Tomorrow, work out your margins. Do that nasty finance stuff. Work out where you're making profit. I suspect you can get rid of 20% of your products and services. I suspect you're making 80% of your profit from 20% of your customers and 20% of your services. Figure out what they are, do more of them, do less of the rest. Tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. And next week, just work on your proposition. That's the problem. The problem is the proposition. We're an agency. What we do, we're the same as everyone else, except we're a bit cheaper. It's not compelling. What do you stand for? Who do you work for? Who do you not work for? Be really clear about what your proposition is, because the tighter your proposition is, the greater the likelihood of making the sale. Because people will look at it and go, oh, he's talking about professional services companies between 1 and 20 million turnover. That's us. They're talking our language, as opposed to we work with charities, governments, startups, small and medium-sized businesses, multinationals. You know, come on, guys. It's all about systems and processes for everything. And finally, recruit the best. So, I want to play a game with you. Actually, no, we've been here all day, okay? So the energy has been unbelievably positive. Remarkable energy, remarkable positivism. Okay, the positive is amazing. So I'm going to prove something that people didn't think was possible. And you are going to help me. Are you up for an experiment? Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so let's just clear. What have we got in here? Oh, yeah, we got the books. Look out in the front row. That's the customer. I forgot to bring him in, but that's the customer. I suggest to you that at every meeting, take a customer to the meeting. Not your meetings with your customers. Internal meetings, bring a customer along. Have the customer sit there and listen to what rubbish you talk. It will change the way you talk, having the customer in the room. This is my customer. Nice guy, isn't he? Okay, right, so let's just go on with this experiment. I know that you guys have been awesome. I know that what we can do is something really quite fundamental with the power and the energy and the G and the oomph and the yin and the yang that's going on in the room. And I believe that if we all focused all our energy, let's make it pretty. All our energy, there you go. If we put all our energy on that candle, I mean all of it, going, blow out. I think we could actually make it blow out with the sheer energy and power that's in this room. Okay? I jest you not. So let's just try this. What we're going to do is hope to God the fire alarm doesn't go off. What we're going to do is all of us, so in order to make this happen, you need to stand up, okay? Everyone get up on your feet. Up on your feet, please. Don't mess around. Everyone, no running. I can see you thinking about running and blowing out. No running and blowing out. Yeah, that's really, really mean. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus all our energy on the candle. That's it. That's really good. I like that. That's good. That's even better. Good, good, good. I'm going to count from 5 to 0. Okay. All our energy is on the candle going to blow out. Okay. The candle will go out, proving, okay, that the power of the force of GPeC 2022 is awesome and can beat anything. And then there will be rapturous applause. Items of clothing will be thrown on stage. And I will retire a happy man. Okay? So are we up for making the candle go out? Yes. Right, so we count from 5 to 0. When I get to 0, full energy, candle, you're going to go out. The candle will just extinguish itself under the pressure and go, and then you can throw the clothes on stage. 5. Oh, it's just starting to do it. And especially you guys up there, because you're up there don't mean you shouldn't be standing up and making this happen. I can see you. I've got a camera on you. 5. Good. 4, a bit harder. Bit more. 3, good, good. 2, 1, and... And you really thought the candle was going to go out. Good God. Of course the candle doesn't go out. The candle doesn't go out because it's in the business plan to go out. The candle doesn't go out because it's part of our strategy to make the candle go out. The candle will go out if you do one thing, and you do one thing only. And that, my friends, is that you take action. Thank you very much. Good.
Amazing presentation. Thank you very much, Robert. I admire your energy.
Oh.
I think this was the best closing moment of our conference until now.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. It's just one question, and I know for a fact that you are working with lots of agencies from all around the world. So, yes, is the customer different or not, depending on the countries or on the region?
You use that, it depends. So I'm going to, just before I forget, I'm going to not forget this.
Okay.
But I haven't forgotten the question. So, of course they're different. You know, I did work in Zambia, and this guy came to me from Botswana. No, where's the horrible place next to Zambia? Sorry?
Botswana?
No, not Botswana's nice. The horrible one, the ghastly one. I won't mention it because there might be someone there from here. And he said, how do we deal with customers that they've got 1,100% inflation every month? And it's like, well, I don't know, don't ask me. I can't help you on that. The customer is different. But what you can do is you can put together it's all about the customer, it's not about you. So have a look at the proposition canvas. And what that says is, here's the customer, what are the jobs they're trying to do? What are the jobs they're trying to do? They're a marketing director, they're trying to get sales, they're trying to get turnover, they're trying to hit the targets. Cool. What are the things which are like the pluses? Hitting their targets on time, getting an ROI which is incredibly effective. What are the minuses? Bad communication, not knowing what it is. So that's what the customer wants. Now, let's look at us and what our proposition and our package is to them, and does it give them more of the pluses and less of the minuses? So this works whether you're doing B2B or B2C, but it's just about getting your head into this person, their hurts, needs, itches, scratches, wants. And if you look at all of the really great marketing companies, I would argue, whether it's Virgin or Apple, they've really figured out what the customer wants, and then they've been able to deliver it. So the reason I picked this up, so I apologize, is the last slide, I missed it out, was this book, Grow Your Digital Agency, should be called In Praise of the Dull, Boring Stuff. Okay? So as a result of that, I've got all these books which I don't want because it's the wrong title. So what I'm going to do is just very gently, thought I'd wake someone up. Oh, missed you. Try again. I'll try someone at the back. Oh. This is really dangerous. This is health and safety. And okay, ready? Last one. I can see you. Oh, thank you very much.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. It was a huge pleasure to have you. Thank you.